And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It looks like COVID is turning its ugly head again. We've told you about the BA.2 subvariant here on The Factor. Dr. Danish Ali with the Archpoint Pain Institute has been our go-to guy for this. He joins me now with his look on what the subvariant may mean for us going forward. And it's not all bad news.
What we're seeing is that BA.2 subvariant of COVID is spreading fast in this country. I'm sure you heard 26 million people are on lockdown currently in Shanghai as we speak. And it's because of this subvariant that we're seeing, Isaiah. It's spreading fast. It's affecting a lot of folks. Thankfully, we haven't seen that high number of hospitalizations from it. I do understand that the hospitalizations generally lag in terms of the vaccinations, or I'm sorry, getting the virus itself, and then the people ending up in the hospital, but we're not seeing those numbers overseas either. So that's the good news. However, this subvariant is 50 to 60% more transmissible than the Omicron was. Therefore, that means that there are a lot more people are getting infected with it. Thankfully, we're at a point where so many folks have gotten the vaccine. So many folks have developed new norms of wearing their mask out, etc., that we're not seeing those hospitalization numbers increase as well.
No, it is not as deadly as the other subvariants that we have seen, right?
That's correct, Isaiah. Folks that are often vaccinated and have gotten their booster vaccines develop mild to moderate symptoms. Lots of them actually become asymptomatic and don't even have any symptoms. And so that's the good news. However, we're still spreading this, and because of that, we're still seeing those numbers increasing. Now, because of these at-home testing that folks are doing, it's gotten to a point where we're not seeing those high numbers, and I would anticipate and expect that we would probably have a lot more higher numbers of cases if folks were actually going to places to get tested.
So do you think we have now, because of convenience, a false sense of security in this country because so many people are taking these tests at home and they're not in the system with the government?
That's correct, Isaiah. That's number one. And number two, let's emphasize the fact that these tests are not as sensitive on picking up the virus itself than the ones that we do, the PCR testing that we talk about. So these are rapid antigen tests that may not be as sensitive. They may not pick up, especially depending on where you are in the course itself.
Of course, we will, I don't think, or do you know if we could ever end up like Shanghai where we see another lockdown in this country?
Yeah, I hope not, Isaiah. I really do. I think that a lot of folks here have gone to a point where we've gotten vaccinated. You know, this is a bigger country, bigger folks are spread over. Shanghai itself has such a big population in a very small area, small geography. And so that's why I think that we saw such a high increase there. I don't anticipate on seeing such a volume here. I think that we'll see it in small places such as like New York City, California, where folks are more closer together in a defined area, that it may spread like that. And so we just have to see how this goes. People need to continue with the vaccinations. I know that recently we've come out with the guidelines. If you're above 50, have medical comorbidities, get your booster shot. And I think we're going to continue to see this wave in the near future.
And of course, I told you about this well before it became a news story, where the man in Germany who took 90 shots, vaccination shots, only to get the cards to sell them. But he is still alive and kicking. It's just shocking. I knew there would be someone out there taking a lot of vaccination shots.
Right. And that's crazy that he was able to do that, then get caught. And yeah, I mean, it's 90 vaccines and he's still alive. And it just comes to show how successful these vaccines are. Now we're almost in our, 2.5 year into this. We're seeing the effectiveness of this virus or vaccine. And we need to continue to encourage folks to get their booster shots and vaccines. And try to put an end to this as much as possible.
Just don't get 90 shots. Right, Doc?
That's exactly right. Don't come anywhere close to it either.
There you go. Dr. Danish Ali with Archpoint Pain Institute. Always good to see you, sir. We'll probably see you back here next week.
And of course, I've been tempted to get extra booster shots. I'm just saying,